There is a moment, just before someone checks a lottery ticket, when the mind becomes strangely quiet. For a few seconds, everything seems possible. The numbers are there. The ticket is in your hand. And somewhere inside, a tiny voice whispers, "What if this time?" But then the numbers appear, and the familiar disappointment returns. You look at the ticket, shake your head, and tell yourself that you were simply unlucky again. But what if the numbers were never the real story? What if the most important part of this entire experience happened long before you chose them? And what if the thing standing between you and a completely different relationship with money is not a number printed on a ticket, but a pattern living quietly inside your own consciousness? Stay with me, because this is where Florence Scovel Shinn's ideas become especially interesting. And before we go deeper, subscribe to The Word Creates and turn on notifications, because here we explore the power of words, faith, consciousness, prosperity, and the spiritual principles that can change the way you see your life. You may have come here looking for the perfect numbers, but you might leave realizing that the numbers were never the most important part. Think about how many times you have heard someone say, "I just need the right numbers." It sounds logical. After all, a lottery draw is based on numbers, so the mind naturally focuses on finding them, predicting them, studying them, repeating combinations, watching patterns, searching for signs. And there is nothing unusual about wanting to understand probability. But there is another pattern that rarely gets examined: the pattern of thought surrounding the money itself. What do you feel when you think about becoming wealthy? Do you feel calm or immediately anxious? Do you imagine receiving money naturally? Or do you imagine finally escaping something? Do you secretly believe that wealth belongs to other people? Do you say you want abundance while constantly expecting lack? These contradictions can exist without you noticing them. Florence Scovel Shinn repeatedly emphasized the power of consciousness, words, expectation, and faith. Her teachings were not a mathematical system for predicting lottery results, and they cannot guarantee a prize, but they can be used as a lens through which you examine the beliefs and emotional patterns you bring into your relationship with money. And that is where our mystery begins. Because perhaps the question is not, which numbers should I choose? Perhaps the deeper question is, who am I being while I am choosing them? Here is the first revelation. The number itself may be neutral, but the meaning you attach to it is not. A number can become a symbol. 8 may remind someone of abundance. 11 may feel like a moment of synchronicity. 3 may represent completion or movement. Someone may repeatedly notice 1111 on a clock. Another person may see 888 everywhere. And another may suddenly encounter the same number on receipts, addresses, or random documents. These experiences can feel deeply meaningful, but instead of treating every repeated number as a supernatural promise, consider something more useful. Your attention is revealing what your consciousness has become sensitive to. When something becomes emotionally important, you begin noticing it everywhere. The number may not be predicting the future. It may be revealing the present state of your attention. And this distinction matters, because if you train your mind to constantly search for proof that you are about to become rich, you can accidentally train yourself to live in anticipation instead of abundance. You keep looking for the sign because deep down, you have not yet accepted the possibility of being supported. You keep checking. You keep calculating. You keep asking, is this it? And every time nothing happens, the mind receives another message. See? It doesn't work. The cycle continues. Search. Hope. Fear. Disappointment. Search again. But Florence's approach points toward a different internal posture. Not frantic expectation, but faith. And this creates a new question. If the problem is not simply choosing numbers, then what is actually happening inside the person who keeps playing while believing that money is always difficult to obtain? Imagine someone who buys a ticket while thinking, this is probably my only chance. If I don't win, I'm trapped. The ticket has become much more than a ticket. It has become an emotional rescue plan. Every number now carries pressure. Every draw carries hope. Every loss feels personal. The person is not simply participating in a game. They are asking the game to prove that life can finally change. Now imagine another person who thinks differently. They understand that a lottery ticket cannot determine their worth, their future, or their ability to create opportunities. They may participate for entertainment, but their entire financial identity is not hanging from 6 numbers. They remain open to opportunities beyond the ticket. A new client, an unexpected idea, a business opportunity, a useful connection, a better decision, a skill they finally develop, a conversation that changes their direction. Suddenly, abundance becomes larger than one event. And that shift is profound. There is a story that illustrates this beautifully. Imagine a woman named Clara. She had spent years playing the lottery with the same ritual. Every Friday, she would sit at her kitchen table, open her notebook, and write down combinations. She believed she was being disciplined. She studied previous results. She circled recurring numbers. She searched for patterns. She even had numbers that appeared in her dreams. Yet underneath all of this preparation was one sentence she repeated almost every week. "I never have enough." She said it when she paid bills. She said it when she opened her bank account. She said it when someone else succeeded. She said it when she bought the ticket. Then one evening, instead of choosing numbers immediately, Clara stopped and asked herself a strange question. What would I think about money if I already trusted that my life could improve? She did not magically win that night. Nothing spectacular happened. There was no cinematic explosion of golden light. The next morning, her bills were still on the table, but something had changed. She noticed how often she spoke about money with fear. She noticed how frequently she rejected opportunities because she assumed they would fail. She noticed that whenever someone mentioned success, she immediately thought of everything that could go wrong. The lottery had been occupying her attention, but the real pattern had been much deeper. Clara began a simple practice. Before thinking about numbers, she would take a few minutes to become quiet. She would say slowly, "I am open to good coming to me in expected and unexpected ways." Then she would ask herself, "What can I do today that supports the life I say I want?" Sometimes the answer was practical. She needed to make a phone call. Sometimes it was financial. She needed to organize an expense. Sometimes it was creative. She needed to finish an idea she had postponed for months. Sometimes it was simply to stop repeating a sentence that kept reinforcing fear. Weeks passed. The lottery remained unpredictable, but her life began to feel less trapped. She started noticing opportunities she had previously ignored. A former contact asked for her help with a project. She accepted. A skill she had considered insignificant became useful. She began saving instead of spending emotionally. She became more confident in conversations. None of these events required a lucky combination. Yet together, they created something she had been asking the lottery to give her: movement. This is the second revelation. Abundance is not merely the moment when money appears. Abundance is also the consciousness that allows you to recognize, receive, manage, and multiply opportunities when they appear. You can spend your entire life waiting for one extraordinary event while overlooking dozens of smaller doors opening around you. A person can pray for prosperity and then reject an opportunity because it looks too ordinary. They can ask for financial freedom and then refuse to learn a valuable skill because they believe they are not that kind of person. They can affirm abundance in the morning and spend the afternoon telling everyone how impossible everything is. The words conflict with the identity, and this is why conscious language matters. An affirmation is not supposed to be a magic sentence that forces reality to obey. It can become a way of directing attention and interrupting an old mental pattern. When you say, "I am open to new avenues of prosperity," you are creating a question for your mind. What avenues have I not noticed? When you say, "I expect good things to unfold in the right way," you are practicing a different relationship with uncertainty. You are no longer demanding that abundance arrive through one specific door. So how can you apply this without turning the practice into another frantic ritual? Start with your language. For the next 7 days, listen carefully to what you say about money. Do you constantly say, "I'm broke. I can't afford anything. Money disappears. Nothing ever works for me"? You do not need to pretend that financial problems do not exist. You need to stop turning temporary circumstances into permanent identities. Instead of saying, "Money never comes to me," try, "I am learning to create and receive greater financial possibilities." Instead of, "I will only be okay if I win," try, "I am open to prosperity through many channels." Notice the difference. One statement closes the world around a single outcome. The other opens your awareness to possibilities. Second, separate your desire for wealth from desperation. Wanting money is not the problem. Believing that money is the only thing capable of saving you can create enormous emotional pressure. If you play the lottery, let the ticket remain what it is, a game of chance. Do not make it responsible for your identity, your self-worth, or your entire future. Third, practice gratitude without using gratitude as denial. You can want more while appreciating what already exists. Gratitude tells your mind, "I am not starting from zero." And a mind that recognizes resources becomes more capable of noticing resources. Now consider symbolic numbers in a different way. If you repeatedly see a number that feels meaningful to you, you can use it as a reminder rather than a prediction. See 111. Let it remind you to examine your thoughts. See 888. Let it remind you of expansion and responsible stewardship. See 777. Let it remind you to pause and listen to your intuition. The power is not necessarily hidden inside the digits. The power may be in the meaning you choose to attach to the moment. Instead of saying, "This number means I am guaranteed to win," say, "This is my reminder to return to faith, clarity, and awareness." That simple change protects you from turning spirituality into superstition while still allowing symbols to become meaningful personal anchors. And when intuition speaks, learn to distinguish it from anxiety. Anxiety says, "Buy this because you might miss your chance." Intuition is often quieter. It does not need to scream. It may say, "Finish
Call
that
that
person.
project.
Stop postponing this decision. Learn this skill. Walk away from this habit. Apply for that opportunity. Ask the question." These actions may look completely unrelated to manifestation, yet they can become the practical expression of faith. There is another practice you can begin tonight. Before sleeping, put your phone aside and spend 2 minutes imagining not a lottery win, but the feeling of financial stability. Imagine opening your account without fear. Imagine paying a bill calmly. Imagine having enough to make decisions from clarity rather than panic. Imagine receiving good news. Then say, "I am available for good. I am guided toward wise opportunities. I release the need to control the exact way abundance arrives." Notice what happens inside you. If fear appears, do not fight it. Observe it. If doubt appears, do not shame yourself. Observe it. The goal is not to become artificially positive. The goal is to become conscious, because you cannot transform a pattern you refuse to see. You may discover that your deepest desire was never simply to win money. It was to feel safe. It was to feel free. It was to stop worrying. It was to believe that life could support you. And once you understand that, you can begin building those qualities through many paths. This is where Florence Scovel Shinn's philosophy becomes particularly relevant. Her teachings placed enormous importance on the spoken word, expectation, faith, and the idea that life can unfold through unexpected channels. But there is an important distinction. Using these principles responsibly does not mean claiming that a specific affirmation can guarantee a lottery prize. It means using the principles to transform the inner patterns that influence how you perceive and respond to life. Your words influence your attention. Your attention influences what you notice. What you notice influences the choices you make. Your choices influence your actions, and repeated actions can change your circumstances. That chain is powerful without requiring a promise of supernatural certainty. Prosperity can arrive through a surprising opportunity, a new business idea, a career change, a relationship, a skill, a creative project, or simply a decision you finally have the courage to make. Sometimes the unexpected channel is not a check. Sometimes it is an idea that eventually becomes worth far more than a check. And now return to the original question. Why do you keep thinking the problem is the numbers? Because numbers are visible. They are easy to blame. You can point at a ticket and say, I chose the wrong combination. But you cannot hold a belief in your hand. You cannot photograph desperation. You cannot underline fear in a bank statement. The deeper pattern is invisible until you become willing to look at it. Perhaps you have been asking, which number will change my life? When another question deserves your attention. Which thought has been controlling my relationship with money? Perhaps the real transformation begins when you stop waiting for one event to give you permission to believe in possibility. You can believe in possibility now. You can become more conscious now. You can speak differently now. You can act differently now. You can notice opportunities now. You can practice gratitude now. And none of this requires pretending that chance does not exist. It simply means you stop placing your entire future in the hands of chance. So the next time you hold a lottery ticket, pause before looking at the numbers. Take a breath. Look at your thoughts. Are you terrified? Are you desperate? Are you expecting the ticket to rescue you? Or can you hold it lightly, knowing that your life contains possibilities far beyond a single draw? Then say this slowly. I release the need to force prosperity through one specific channel. I am open to unexpected good. I am guided toward wise choices. I recognize opportunities. I receive with gratitude. I use what I receive with wisdom. I trust that my future is larger than one number, one ticket, or one moment. Let those words become a reminder, not a superstition. And then ask yourself one final question. What is one action I can take today that the version of me who lives in abundance would take? Maybe it is sending an email. Maybe it is finishing something. Maybe it is learning. Maybe it is saving. Maybe it is asking for an opportunity. Maybe it is finally releasing a habit that keeps you trapped. Whatever the answer is, act on it. Because the most important number in this story may not be 7, 11, 21, 777, or 888. It may be the number of times you choose to believe that your future is not limited to what you can currently see. The number of times you replace fear with awareness. The number of times you notice an opportunity instead of dismissing it. The number of times you speak to yourself with faith instead of defeat. The number of times you choose action instead of waiting. And perhaps that is the hidden lesson behind the entire search for lucky numbers. Sometimes we search outside because we have forgotten to look within. The ticket can contain numbers. Your consciousness contains patterns. The ticket can be drawn once. Your thoughts are being repeated every day. Change the pattern, and you change what you are available to notice, choose, receive, and create. Not because you have discovered a secret formula that guarantees a lottery prize, but because you have stopped making one unpredictable event responsible for your entire life. If this message spoke to something deeper inside you, subscribe to The Word Creates, and stay with us for more teachings about words, faith, abundance, consciousness, prosperity, and the spiritual principles that can help you transform the way you relate to possibility. And before you leave, write this sentence in the comments. I am open to unexpected good. Not as a promise that a lottery ticket will win, but as a declaration that you are willing to recognize opportunities you may have overlooked. Sometimes the first sign of change is not money appearing. Sometimes it is the moment your mind becomes quiet enough to see a door that was already there. And if you want to continue this journey, watch the next video on The Word Creates about the hidden power of the words you say when you have no money. Because there is a reason certain phrases can keep you focused on lack without you even realizing it. And once you hear the alternative, you may never speak about money the same way again.